Here in the Great Pavilion, you can expect to see garden classics like peonies and like delphiniums, but in fact, there's a whole host of other rare, unusual and exotic plants. I'm by the Wax Wicked plant stand here, and this is all about carnivorous plants, in other words, plants that consume insects. The species right here is one known as Sarracenia, or the pitcher plant. People tend to think that it's quite exotic or needs warm conditions, but in actual fact this will grow outdoors, and its particular means of consuming insects is to attract them down into these pitchers, and then it digests them. And the reason it does this is it tends to grow on quite low nutrient soils, so it's the only way it can get hold of food. And then slightly further along here, this is a Drosera, amazing looking plant, and it's completely covered in these little sticky buds which have already caught a mass of flies. So in fact, it's already had its breakfast. One stand I'm particularly excited to see is the Orchid garden stand. They are the biggest orchid growers in the world. It's their first time at Chelsea Flower Show. So we sent a camera to go and have a look behind the scenes at their nursery in Germany.
I love to grow orchids. They have so many different kind of forms, variations. They have fragrance too, and I love their colors and their beauty. We started 120 years ago, and my father was the one who had the great idea to start with orchids, and we're working with orchids for over 65 years now. I think the tradition of growing orchids in Europe come from Great Britain. In Germany we started after you because orchids were treated like very, very special and rare plants, and they were only for very, very rich people, and they had no idea how to grow them. They didn't know how to take care of them, and nowadays we know how to take care, and they are much cheaper. We have 6,500 square meters of orchids. We have more than 1,000 different variations. We are specialized in tropical orchids, but of course we have native orchids here too. We do our own hybrids, but of course we do imports. We just got an import from Colombia, from Taiwan. Dendrobium senile. We got them from Thailand last week, and now we want them to feel happy here as well. So we put them on this box, and now we are hanging them here, and yeah, I think they will like it. They have these strange little hairs here, and they look like strange insects. It's kind of weird. It's interesting. This is Maxillaria tenuifolia. We call it coconut orchid too, because it has a very, very nice fragrance. We have this plant in our biggest greenhouse, and it's 2,000 square meters big, and one flower makes the whole greenhouse filled with a very, very nice fragrance. Honestly, I swear. There are some that stink. They want to attract pollinators, and I can tell you, when we do have an exhibition and we carry these plants with us in the car, it's not fun. That's not fun. No, yeah. This one is a Coleogyne. I love Coleogyne. That are one of my most favorite orchids. And this one I love especially because of this very nice green color and this very cool lip. Green flowers are quite rare. Stunning. I love it, really. Yeah, my favorite orchid. I would like to say that orchids are very, very easy. There's just one thing very important, and that is watering. And it's not right that you just give them a little zip every day or just have to spray them. It's important to make them really wet, but you have to make sure that there's no water left in the pot. That's the main thing about orchid care. That's really, really important. orchid shows are really popular in Germany. There's the biggest orchid show in Europe, in Dresden, every year. And we have been in Paris too, but I want to go to Chelsea because I visited it once and I was overwhelmed by its beauty. Honestly, I think it's the most beautiful horticultural show in the world. There might be bigger ones, but this is the most beautiful one. And when I've been there, I thought to myself, I have to do it once. I really, really want to go there. This is a plant we want to have for Chelsea. I'm very happy with it because can you see, here's a spike, there's one, there's one, there's one, and ta-da! 2 more coming here. So this will be a spectacular plant. What color of metal? Yeah, I prefer gold. Yeah, I would like to have a gold medal, yes.
Well, I understand this is your first time as an exhibitor here at Chelsea Flower Show, but you've been as a visitor before. Is it as beautiful as you remember?
Yes, I really, really enjoy being here. For me, it's the most wonderful show in the world, honestly. Yeah.
And I have to say, your stand is absolutely beautiful. It's come together wonderfully, but I'm sure you had many traumas in putting it together. Is it as you'd hoped?
Yes, it actually is. I'm quite pleased. I was very nervous the last few days. I always thought, oh my God. But yeah, quite pleased.
You've got it all together. I mean, it looks great. And how are you feeling about the medals? Are the nerves kicking in?
Totally. When you're asking me, my heart goes like that. So I'm really, really hoping for something tomorrow.
Now I can smell something really interesting in the air. It must be one of the orchids down here, right?
You're absolutely right. I can show you this one here. It's Maxillaria. You might try.
Yeah, let's have a... Wow. Wow,
Isn't
it's
it
pure
fantastic?
coconut.
Yeah. I really, really love it.
But I mean, of course, you've got so many different things here, and something that always catches my eye are these dissers, which are sat down the bottom here.
Yeah.
And they're not something that people tend to grow at home particularly commonly, but are they a difficult orchid to grow?
For me, orchids are really, really easy, and I don't like to make it too complicated. But these teasers are one of the very few that are a bit complicated, a bit different. These teasers like to stay wet. They like wet conditions all the time. So totally different than other orchids. And you just have to know that, then it will work out.
So much safer to go for a phalaenopsis or a moth orchid that will just do its own thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the range of colours you've got here goes some way to showing the sheer scale of orchid hues and tones. I mean, literally every colour you could ever think of, you can find an orchid to cover that. And I noticed particularly unusually through here, you have a coleogyny with a beautiful lime petal.
Yeah, happy that you mention it. This one is my private collection.
Okay.
I really, really love this green coleogyny, and I do a lot of hybridizing with them.
Well, I think you've got an absolutely spectacular stand here. Good luck for tomorrow. I think this might just get gold.